Amazing. 888-77-Jesse. Let me go to Canada and talk to Brandon. Brandon, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse, how you doing?
All is well. Thanks for calling.
Nice. I also had the same thought about the Olympics when I saw it on YouTube there, but I do think it's just because they're pushing the women's stuff more, because I saw a bunch of men competing and stuff.
Oh, they do have men in it?
Yeah, it's just that the women's stuff is being pushed more to the forefront.
Oh, they're trying to make you accept the women's stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know I've not seen any men's stuff at all. Every time they show, even on conservative media, whenever they show whatever's going on in that thing, it's always women.
Well, I saw two guys like shooting rifles,
Uh-huh.
and they looked like one was like a Japanese man and one was like a British or like a Swedish man, and they looked nothing like women. So if it was women, that would be really wild. But
oh, okay. Well, I haven't seen any men. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I've been thinking about calling the past few days. Many months ago, I spoke to you about like pursuing music, and then months after that, I spoke to you about like how life can become like a mess. You told me basically that you don't create the mess; it's the not you, those type of things. Just as quick as I can, I moved out from being with my parents because I'd moved back there when I was in like a really rough spot. I took like your advice from a lot of the sermons and stuff, went and forgave them, and then I left. But when I went to a different place, like a different province, I ended up I started moving into my own place, and I don't know what exactly happened at the time. I was still kind of addicted to things, and I got like afraid. So I ended up going to like a friend's house and staying there. But what happened was me and that friend, we started to like do business things together, and over time I started to see like red flags of like anger, and like I know that you said like angry people are desperate and vicious, and at the time I brushed it under the rug and just said, okay.
You saw the anger in you or in your friend?
Well, I saw it in my friend.
Oh,
but I
okay.
also saw it in me because it started to like react stuff in me, and so I was like, okay, this is not good. But anyhow, it happened a couple more times, and basically last month there was like a kind of like a blow up, and I just sat by myself for a while. I realized like, okay, something's wrong here. So I sat by myself for a while, and I realized like I'm not seeing things clearly. Maybe I'm making excuses for myself, for my friend, for other things. And so I said, okay, I'll just exit, right? I'll exit the business dealings and everything, and I'll just work on myself and like learn to stand. And when I told the person that, they lost it. It was like they just lost it, and we just started talking about crazy stuff, like taking everything I own and suing, like just crazy stuff. And I realized that the statement that friends are not really friends like rang truer than ever before. And I realized that it wasn't them too. I realized it was the spirits behind them. But just quickly, I got sober because of that. I just forced myself. I was like, this is crazy. From cannabis, I just said, like, I got to get off this. So I got off it, and I started to see more clearly. I've had a couple conversations with them since, like, that have gone better, and I've been really calm and just kind of kept my distance. But I'm trying to get out of here right now, and like out of that place, because I still live there. I still like live with their. They live with their family, and so I moved in with their family. I know it's a mess, but I have an opportunity to potentially go to like a retreat center for like a couple weeks to just think and maybe work on some stuff online or whatever. And my parents, I know this is sad, Jesse, but well, you're not sad about it, no. My parents, my dad told me I could come and stay in their basement for like 2 or 3 months as long as I stay sober and I get a job, and then I can move out on my own. I don't know. I'm a little bit confused because I don't want to be a beta and like run back to my parents, but I can't seem to get a job in this city where I am, and it's very expensive. I can't seem to stay anymore at this place because it's becoming hostile. And now I'm sober, I can see things more clearly. So I'm like between a rock and a hard place, and I don't fully know what to do. I forgive my friend and everything. I know it's not them. I know they're in a rough spot. And I can drop the business stuff. But I don't know if I'm making the right decision. And I don't know if that's something you can even answer, but I just thought I'd maybe ask for some wisdom.
And your question for me is what?
Maybe more specifically, is it a bad idea to go back and live with my dad and mom for a short time just to get on my feet? I've already forgiven them everything. They know I've forgiven them. They've told me that they know that they're not to, like, I don't blame them for my life anymore and things like that. They've experienced freedom from that. And I'm free around them too. But I'm just struggling because I know it's like super beta, and I'm not at the age where I should be doing anything but being independent. But I've been an addict for a while and stuff like that, even though I don't identify with it now. So do you think like that's a bad decision to go back with my parents for a short time?
How old are you?
Jesse, you're not gonna like this one. I'm 30.
What the?
Yeah, I know.
And you want to move back home to mama?
Yeah, it's because I'm in somebody else's mama's place kind of thing, and it's become like really hostile. Plus, I was like addicted for a long time. I don't know why this situation kind of shook me in my boots, but I became sober so quick. And I've been sober. I've stayed sober. I threw out everything I own that had to do with weed and stuff.
And so you're going to let the business go that you have with this friend?
Yeah, it was like we were trying to start a business, and we were trying
Right.
to do stuff, and we were making music together and stuff. And when things went south, they basically said, you know, everything you've worked on here, because they were the one that registered the business. They basically said, everything you've worked on here, every idea, everything, it's all under this.
Let me tell you this because of time. I would never recommend people start businesses with friends and family members.
I know. I've heard you say it before, and I was like, I'm so stupid for starting this.
But then don't judge yourself. Just realize it, and don't call it good or bad. Just realize you shouldn't have done that. That way, you don't have to. You won't do it again. And it's up to you. If you need to go back home for a minute, then do it. Don't call it good or bad. Okay. And just do it, and then as soon as you can move out, move out.
Okay.
Don't look at it in a positive or negative way. And like you said, you're overcoming the situation. So as long as you don't go back and start relying on them, and but go back and get yourself a job, and with time you'll move out and you'll start to keep it going. Okay, so you don't think it's so bad because it's very practical, and things just seem to be happening. Like an opportunity came up to move out, an opportunity came up to get a job. So it's like things are just happening, and I feel, and I've been doing the silent prayer. I've started to do like the half an hour in the morning and half an hour at night. Yeah. It takes me about 20 minutes for my face to stop like contorting to like thoughts and stuff and reactions. But eventually I kind of calm down and come to the present. But I've realized in this time there's been like a ton of fear like come up in me. Do you have any advice for dealing with fear? Yes. When fear comes up, do nothing about it. Just watch it. Okay, that's what I've been doing. Yeah, don't call it you. Don't run away from it. Just watch it, and you still go on with your life, and you live with it, but don't call it you, and it'll be taken away from you. Don't identify with it. Okay, don't identify with it at all. Just watch it. Right. It's just evil spirits in the mind and the body, but it's not in you. So don't identify with it. Not that I need to know when, but do these things go away ever? Don't even think about that, but it will be taken away from you. If you watch it and do nothing about it, all those spirits will be taken out of your mind and emotions. Okay. Cool. God will do that, I guess? Oh, yeah. That's the only way it can be done. Because they're evil spirit, and only good can deal with evil. Right. Only good can deal with evil. I thought I knew God, man. I really, really thought I did. But how foolish. Everyone who think they know God do not know him. I started to see that. A thought about knowing God is just a thought. It doesn't mean at all that you know God, period. And most Christians think they know God, and they read the Bible, they quote the scriptures, they went down to the front of the church, and they accepted Jesus. And so they think they know God, and all they have is a thought about it, but they don't know God at all.
When you get like, and this will be my final question, I know you have other callers, if somebody comes at you in a very vicious manner, or like very like, you know what I mean, how do you deal with that as best as you can? Or if somebody attacks you like physically, or something, you know what I mean?
Well, if they attack you physically, then you have to defend yourself physically, right, in the right way. But if they attack you psychologically, emotionally, there's nothing you need to do. Do nothing. Don't argue with them. Don't argue with them about it. Don't try to prove that they're right or wrong about it. You just let them say and to do what they want, but long and just don't argue about it, because it's just the devil. It's hell in them, wanting you to wanting to argue with the hell in you, so they can feel like they have life.
Okay.
But psychologically, psychologically do nothing. If you're feeling hell about it, watch the feelings. You don't even have to let them know, but watch the feelings, and you'll be fine. It's just hell. It's just evil. The evil in them want to hurt the evil in you. They want to fight, but don't lay your weapon down and stop fighting with evil inside of you and inside of others. Human beings are evil. All human beings are evil to the core. All races, men and women, rich and poor, government and non-government, all human beings are evil, and only a few is working to overcome the evil.
Okay.
So do nothing about it when they attack you psychologically.
Yeah, I've been saying like that when somebody insults me, like they'll throw like insult. I just say like, okay.
That's right.
Kind of like that. But it, in a weird way, like my ego or whatever feels like I'm accepting it. But then I realize I'm like, that's just a feeling. This is not truth. And I'm not like, just because they say it in the wind doesn't mean it's going to like actually happen or.
That's right.
It just doesn't mean anything.
And don't let the ego deceive you. You are not accepting it. You're just not. You're just letting it be, because it's not who you are anyway. And so you're just watching it. And if you feel something, watch the feelings. Don't call them you. And the light, the spirit of the truth, will destroy the darkness.
Okay. The spirit of the truth will destroy the darkness.
Yes.
Okay.
Amazing. Let me know how it goes, Brenda. I wish you well.
All right. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right. Stay with it.